What's the most disturbing thing you've ever seen online? Found this random YouTube channel when I was like 14 that seemed innocent at first, just weird stop-motion videos with toys. But the longer I watched, the more I realized there were these super subtle threatening messages hidden in the background, like written on tiny pieces of paper taped to walls that you could barely see. The channel had thousands of subscribers, and I never figured out if it was some elaborate ARG or something genuinely sinister. Still think about it sometimes when I'm trying to fall asleep. Was doing research for a college paper about urban legends and somehow ended up on this forum where people were sharing stories about missing pets in their neighborhoods. Except the stories were way too detailed and specific, and some of the photos looked wrong, like staged. The comments section was even worse, people casually discussing the best methods for things I don't even want to repeat. Closed my laptop and didn't touch the internet for a week. Deep web curiosity killed the cat, as they say. Found what looked like a normal social media site, but every profile pic was the same person at different ages. Same face, same smile, but spanning like 40 years. The posts were all identical too, just weather reports from random cities. Had to be some kind of bot network, but something about those photos made my skin crawl. The eyes looked too real for AI. Was downloading some classic movies from a sketchy torrent site and accidentally clicked the wrong link. Ended up on a page that was just hundreds of security camera feeds from what looked like empty houses. Just static shots of kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms. All dark except for the little green night vision glow. I watched for way too long trying to convince myself they were fake, but then I saw something move in one of them. Noped out so fast I didn't even close the browser properly. TikTok algorithm is scary, but this was next level. Started getting recommended videos of people just staring. Like minute-long videos of different people making direct eye contact with the camera in complete silence. The weird part was they all had the exact same expression and head tilt. Found out later it was some kind of challenge, but by then I'd seen probably 50 of them and couldn't shake the feeling they were all looking directly at me specifically. Work in IT and had to recover some files from a client's old hard drive. Guy claimed it was just family photos and documents, but I found a folder with like 2,000 screenshots of the same person's social media posts. Just one person. Every single post they'd made over several years, their friends' comments, everything. The timestamps showed someone had been checking this person's profile multiple times every single day for years. Made me paranoid about my own digital footprint, TBH. Found this old GeoCities-style website that was just pages and pages of the same diary entry, copied over and over again. Same date, same mundane story about going to the grocery store, but with tiny differences each time. Sometimes the cashier had blue eyes instead of brown, sometimes it was raining instead of sunny. Hundreds of variations of the same boring day. The domain was registered 15 years ago, and it's still updating. Who has the time, and why? YouTube rabbit hole at 3 a.m. led me to these videos that were just recordings of empty playgrounds at night. No commentary, no music, just 10-hour-long videos of swings moving slightly in the wind and those creaky seesaws. The channel had been posting them for 8 years straight, same time every night. Comments were disabled, but it had thousands of subscribers. Something about all those people watching empty playgrounds together in the dark really messed with my head. During finals week, I was stress procrastinating and found this forum where people shared photos of random objects they'd found in their houses that they couldn't remember buying. Like a single red shoe in the closet or a ceramic frog on the kitchen counter. But every single photo had the exact same timestamp down to the second, even though they were posted by different users over months. Either the most elaborate hoax ever or something genuinely weird was happening. Google Earth is usually pretty boring, but I found this one spot where the satellite image showed what looked like hundreds of people standing in perfect rows in an empty field. When I checked Street View from nearby roads, you couldn't see anything there. Tried to find the coordinates again later, but the image had been updated to just show normal farmland. Could have been a glitch, but those figures looked way too organized to be random artifacts. Remember those old Flash games from the early 2000s? Found a site that had thousands of them, but when I started playing, they were all slightly off. Like games I remembered from childhood, but with extra levels that definitely weren't there before. Dark levels. The characters moved wrong too, like their animations were just a frame or two off from what I remembered. Made me question my own memory, honestly. Was researching my family tree and found my great-grandmother's name on this weird genealogy site. Except according to this site, she had 5 children instead of 3, and 2 of them had death dates that were in the future, like specific dates in 2027 and 2029. The site looked legitimate otherwise, had sources and everything. Still haven't figured out if it was a database error or some kind of prediction algorithm gone wrong. DeviantArt has some weird corners, but I found this account that only posted the same drawing over and over again. Looked like a child's crayon drawing of a house with a family standing outside. But each version was slightly different. Sometimes there were more people, sometimes fewer, sometimes the house was burning. The account had been posting the same basic drawing every single day for 6 years. Same title too. We are happy here. Found a podcast that was just recordings of answering machine messages from the 1990s. Sounds innocent, but these were clearly never meant to be heard by anyone else. People leaving messages for family members who had died, drunk confessions, threats, the whole spectrum of human darkness. Someone had collected hundreds of them. The worst part was wondering how they got access to all these private voicemails in the first place. Tumblr algorithm showed me a blog that was just photos of the same bedroom taken from slightly different angles. Hundreds of photos, all time-stamped, showing this one room over the course of several months. You could watch dust accumulate, see the bed get made and unmade, watch seasons change through the window. But you never saw the person who lived there. It felt like watching someone's entire life from the shadows. Found an old forum from like 2003 that was still active. Same 12 users posting every day for 21 years straight. Same conversations too. They'd argue about the same topics, make the same jokes, even wish each other happy birthday on the same dates every year. Like they were stuck in some kind of digital time loop. The registration page was broken, so I couldn't join, but I lurked for hours trying to figure out if they were bots or just really dedicated to routine. LinkedIn is usually just boring career stuff, but I found this profile that claimed the person had been working at the same company for 73 years. Their employment history was just the same job title at the same company, starting in 1951. Profile picture looked like it was from the 50s too, that vintage photo quality. Company was real though, I checked. HR probably just never cleaned up their old employee database, but still gave me chills. Was editing a Wikipedia article about my hometown and noticed someone else had been making tiny edits to random pages for 8 years straight. Same IP address, always changing just 1 or 2 words at a time. Nothing major, just switching the to it or changing dates by a single day. Looked at their edit history, and they've made over 50,000 micro-edits across thousands of articles. It's technically not vandalism, but something about that dedication to tiny changes felt deeply unsettling. Found a Twitch stream that was just someone's desktop. No game, no commentary, just watching someone browse the internet in real time. They've been streaming 24/7 for 3 years and somehow had regular viewers who would chat about what the streamer was doing. Oh, he's checking email now, or it looks like he's ordering pizza again. The streamer never acknowledged the chat. Just lived their entire digital life in front of strangers who watched everything. Instagram Explore page showed me an account that posted the same selfie every day, but aged it slightly using filters or editing. Started with what looked like a normal 20-something, but after scrolling back through months of posts, you could watch this digital person age into their 80s. The captions were diary entries too, describing a whole lifetime of experiences. Either someone's elaborate art project or the loneliest person on the internet documenting an imaginary life.